Yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a little makeup look, but also I kind of just wanted to have a conversation with you guys today. I want to hear your opinions in the comments down below. And you know what? You at home as a viewer, if you're not personally making content, I could see why this subject might not weigh as heavily on you as it does me. It might seem obvious, the answer, but for me, just from a creator's perspective and having what they call influence, I put a lot of thought and care into the products and the brands that I use, and I have no problems doing that at all. If a brand is behaving badly, I'm done. You know what I mean? I won't support it. We don't have to. There's so many wonderful options out there that we don't have to do that. Let's just get started first. Okay, so first starting off, I'm going to prep my lids with a bit of concealer. Same old, same old. How are you guys doing? I'm doing good. I went to a wedding this weekend. It was so much fun. It was so great. The wedding we attended, my friends Jess and her new husband Steve, they rescheduled and replanned and redid their wedding basically 4 times throughout quarantine because it was one of those weddings. So this was their 4th attempt at a wedding, and finally they were able to have it. Okay, we are nicely prepped. We're going to be using the palettes that kind of sparked this video idea, or this conversation I wanted to have more so. Actually, I need a base. I'm just going to take my Sigma Ambiance palette. They don't have the color I need just to set this. This is my absolute favorite palette as of late. It is just everything. I know it's very, you know, browns and whatnots. We see these all the time, but this one is just absolutely gorgeous. The shimmers are unlike any shimmers. I'm telling you, I cannot stop wearing it. I do have a Sigma code, SHAYX, so if you guys want to pick it up, you can save some money on the palette or any brushes or anything like that. Anyway, aside from this palette, we're going to be using the Norvina palettes today. So I was actually in my makeup room last night. We're kind of packing. We have not bought a house yet. We have put in several offers just because we're renting and then we're buying. I don't know how that's all going to work out. Just to make the move easier on us eventually, because what I've learned is with my epilepsy, I have to do my best to not stress myself out too much. So little things that I absolutely will not use 6 months from now, I've been packing up. Or just, you know, just things that you collect that you don't necessarily need. I'm packing them up. I found my Norvina palettes. Now, these palettes and Norvina broke my heart. I don't want to get into the drama of it all, because I'll just ramble on forever about my opinion, and no one gives a hoot about my opinion. And I don't care if you still support ABH. If you don't support ABH, you have your right to feel any type of way. Same that I do mine. We shouldn't not get along just because I've chosen not to support a brand that you might still love. You know what I mean? You have every right to support who you want to support. But I took a break from ABH, most definitely, and I haven't used ABH for quite a while, since really, oh gosh, last year, I suppose. And I'm not on the ABH PR list or anything like that, so I bought all these palettes myself. We're going into the Norvina Volume 3 palette. We're going to go into the shade A3. So I got these in, and then a bunch of stuff happened with Norvina, and I, pretty much literally never got the chance to use them. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, they're expensive, first of all, and I spent my money on them. And then all that stuff happens, and it's like, well, what the hell do I do now? So I literally have a specific box, and I think it's gotta mean something that I have a whole section on my makeup shelf for products just like this. James Charles products, obviously, recently frequented this shelf and will stay there for the rest of time. But I have a shelf where my makeup that I won't use goes. Not because it's bad, not because I hate it, but because the creator or the brand did something that I don't feel comfortable with, and I don't want to use it. I don't want to support them on my channel. Now, here comes the issue where I have an overflowing shelf of makeup that I refuse to use because I don't agree with one of their actions or multiple actions, who knows. You know, like Ofra and all that. It's just sitting there. So I always was like, well, and the reason, you guys, why it's just shelved basically is because I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to do that. I don't think it's any secret that the beauty community as a whole, not just influencers, but the industry itself, it has a horrible waste problem. We have an awful waste problem. Can I tell you what absolutely would destroy my heart, and I knew it was wrong then, but it was like a job. Like, what are you supposed to do? I remember when I was working in a makeup store, when we had to do damages, it could be returns, it could be something was broken, an online order or something. And we had to not only take them out to the dumpsters to throw away, perfectly good product, by the way, perfectly good product. We had to take them out to the dumpsters, but not only that, we had to destroy the makeup to prevent people from crawling in the dumpsters to take the makeup. Now, I'm no legal expert, so I'm sure there's many reasons that I'm just not aware of for why they had us destroy the perfectly good makeup and skincare products and hair care products. Maybe it would make the company more liable to say someone, I don't know, got an infection from it because it was in a dumpster, and then, I don't know, they sued the company. I don't freaking know. You know, I'm sure there's so many legal reasons as to why that would happen that I could never understand. So don't think I'm, like, judging that. I don't know. I know nothing in the world, okay? But it would make me sick. I could not believe I'd be out there at the end of the night, smashing shit, squeezing shit, you know. And I'd be like, oh my God, we could do so much with this. And don't think we didn't try. There was many, many times me and my manager wrote to corporate to be like, what else can we do? This is such a waste. And it fell on deaf ears. No one really cared, to be honest with you. And so for that particular reason, that particular experience in my life, I just have always thought about the makeup waste. I've gone 1,000 times to do a purge video. And as I'm sitting there filming the makeup purge video, I'm like, I can repurpose this. I can give this to this person. I can do this with this. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to throw things away. I don't want to waste. Okay, next I want to go into the shade E4. So I was feeling bummed. I've had these palettes shelved. I haven't been using them. I feel weird using it right now, and that's why I kind of wanted to have this discussion. I wanted your guys' opinions. How do you feel? I was laying in bed last night thinking about this. I have not purchased anything from ABH since I decided to stop, and that will continue for me. I have no problem not buying from a brand. There's so many wonderful brands out there. We don't have to support things that we don't want to, but what do I do about the makeup I already have? So there was this awesome post on Twitter, and if I can find it, I'm going to screenshot it and put it in here for you guys. This creative little soul, they took out, I don't know if it was James Charles. I don't know if it was Ofra Cosmetics. They had taken the palette that they owned and they just covered it in, I believe it was just stickers, and completely made it its own palette and kind of took away from what it actually was with the logo everywhere and everything. Because, you know, obviously, why waste? You know, they bought the palette. They decided they no longer supported this brand or person. And I just loved to see them kind of transforming it somewhat so that they can still use it and enjoy it and not, I guess, feel so shitty when you look at it and go, oh my God. So I was like, that is so creative and awesome. I want to go into this orange down here. And these were not cheap. And I don't have crazy money to throw around and waste. Does anybody? So just as my shelf continues to overflow, and as we face the reality that, I mean, there's going to continuously be bumps from brands along the way, what do we do? Especially, I think if I was just someone who enjoyed makeup and I didn't make videos, I really wouldn't care too much. I, of course, wouldn't repurchase from brands I no longer supported. But I think if I wasn't showing anybody, I wouldn't mind using all the makeup I had already bought. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, no one knows. It's not harming anybody. But then what do you do as a creator when it's like your job to recommend makeup and you have all this makeup that you don't want to use anymore? Not that you don't want to use it, but you don't want to show support. This is, like I said, this is the first time I've used these palettes since I bought it. And I'm starting to feel less bad because this is just chalky and dry as ever. I can't even get it to stick to my freaking eyelid. So that's good to know. I don't think I'll be pining after these palettes after this. Oh God, yeah, this is actually terrible. I'm glad we're doing this video so I can see that. And you know, you can give it to friends, and I have. Trust me, I have unloaded a lot of makeup that I no longer support onto my friends. But I haven't seen many people accept the wedding since COVID, since quarantine, so. Now, all unused makeup I do donate, just so you guys know. Alok is wonderful. He does my drop-offs for me on his way to work, and I donate a lot of unused makeup. So there's always that option too. I wish I had more to say on the subject. That was kind of my whole question. What do you guys expect creators to do with makeup from brands that we no longer want to support? Because then I'm thinking like, well, you got, I mean, some of you might not support the brand either, but you might still have their makeup sitting at home collecting dust. And at the end of the day, there's no reason to waste this makeup. It's crazy. I literally have a complex where I look at certain makeup items. For example, the James Charles palette. I look at, it's like the boogeyman that's still in my house. That one I'm going to give to someone. I don't want that one anywhere near me. But that one you'll never see me use. Never, ever, ever. It's just crazy. The psychological hold this makeup has on me is driving me insane. I'm not going to lie. It really is. Next, I want to take... Let's take some of this kind of red here, B or C2, and pop that on this outer part. Are you kidding me? Even on a tacky base, it's like hard to get it to stick. What the heck? There we go. Oh my god. It is dry as anything. Oh my god. It's dry as the Sahara Desert here. And then I want to take... I'm starting to get nervous about this, actually. I want to take E2 down here and pop that on the outside there. But this is... kind of reminded me of, what was their one palette that all of us were like, what the hell is this? That kind of green one? I don't remember, but it was difficult to use, and this formula is the exact same way. Because now it's disappearing. I know it's this whole argument of, oh, it's not an eyeshadow, it's a pressed pigment. I've been using pigments in eyeshadows and pressed whatevers my whole life. And you know what? The more I think about subculture, and I'm taking back what I said. I revisited the subculture, and yes, I originally gave it a horrible review, and then I reused it, and I was like, okay, I guess I was using it wrong. Well, now I'm going back on that, and I'm like, it should never be this effing hard to use an eyeshadow, or a pressed pigment, or a freaking glitter, or a freaking moon dust, for all that matters. No, I'm not buying it. You got dry-ass shadows. I don't want to hear it, okay? That video was so condescending. Do you guys remember that video where they addressed, like, how to properly use the subculture palette? I'm thinking about that again. That really pissed me off. I'm annoyed in this very moment. Because this is shit. Are you kidding me? I started this video wanting this to be a nice, calm discussion, and look at me. I can't stay calm for nothing. Tell me why I gotta work this hard. Look how shitty that is. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I'm done. I'm done. Awful. Horrendous. Trying to tell me I don't know how to use eyeshadow. I know how to use eyeshadow. I've been using eyeshadow my whole life. You're not gonna tell me that I don't know how to use eyeshadow, because I definitely do. I most definitely do. You don't know how to make eyeshadow. I know how to use eyeshadow just fucking fine. You don't know how to make eyeshadow, okay? Your eyeshadows are dry. Dry as fuck. And I am amazing at eyeshadow. So fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Now what do I do? That was bullshit. That was bullshit. I'm done. And I actually am really glad we did this video, because I realized, now, my question still stands, but I'm glad I figured out in this video that these really do suck balls, okay? Hardcore. Big old bull testicles. That's how much they suck. But, like I said, the question still stands. What do you guys expect, or what would you hope that influencers do with makeup that they've already purchased? Not PR. If it was sent to you, I don't, give it away. That's how I feel. If you were sent PR from a brand you don't support anymore, I would give it away. Like I have. I feel bad though, just from my own standpoint, when I don't have thousands of dollars a month to throw away on makeup for it to get canceled tomorrow, you know what I mean? What do you guys expect creators to do in those situations? I would love to hear your guys' feedback. This is how I'm ending the video. That shadow was shit. I'm sorry, but it was. It was a nightmare to work with. And I have a feeling this is going to be longer than I even thought it was. So we are ending this makeup tutorial with zero makeup on my face. Like, seriously, what the heck? But I think it's going to be a good discussion, and I look forward to seeing your guys' opinions in the comments. Thank you for being here for this really effing weird video. Oh my god. I love you guys, and I will see you in my... I can't believe I'm ending like this! I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!